What is going on with Palantir Technologies, ticker symbol PLTR, and why is Cathie Wood so interested in the stock and its massive potential for disruption? I talked about PLTR for the first time a long time ago, back when it was at around $18 a share. It has seen some very interesting movements since then, going from $38 to $25 a share, and now on Friday going up a whopping 15% back to the $28 levels. This is due to Cathie Wood and ARK Invest announcing that they bought 5.3 million new shares right on the dip on Thursday. Let's make sense of this buy and understand exactly what Cathie Wood sees in Palantir that apparently the market does not. The initial drop we saw in the stock happened due to the recent earnings report showing lower profits than the market expected. But if you actually look at the earnings report, you quickly see what Cathie Wood is talking about in the interview with CNBC that I will show later. And that is the fact that Palantir does not even care about their earnings right now, and their CEO even said that himself. This entire sector is growing rapidly, and we all know how the big data and information technology revolution will change everything in the future. And in an environment like that, with Palantir in the forefront, it just doesn't make sense to focus on maximizing earnings today when you can establish yourself and take more market shares instead in order to be very much profitable in the future. So let's hear Cathie Wood herself express this.
It's interesting to listen to the CEO. He was speaking our language. He essentially said to investors, we are playing in a massive space here, and we're going to invest aggressively now in order to capitalize on the exponential changes that are taking place here. So if you are short-term in your focus, you probably don't want to spend too much time investing in Palantir. So that's music to our ears because, and we do believe more and more companies are going to start behaving in this way instead of catering to short-term time horizons.
As you can hear, she thinks this is something companies will be doing more and more, sacrificing profits today in order to better capitalize on being a first mover in a sector that will be growing exponentially in the future. Tesla is a great example that comes to mind, and despite their $750 billion market cap, they only reported a net income of $721 million for 2020. That is a PE ratio of 1,000, but I am convinced that the company will be reaching $1 trillion in the future, again because these guys are first movers in their sector and will benefit greatly from using their revenue to expand and accelerate their growth instead of hoarding money at this current stage. The same goes for Palantir. In 2020, this company grew their revenue with a massive 47% to $1 billion. That kind of growth is very unique for a stock that just recently went public and has a market cap of $50 billion. And their outlook for 2025 is $4 billion in revenue or more. So does it then matter that Palantir in the short term has an operate of $190 million? I don't think so, and quite frankly, it makes me happy to hear from their CEO that Palantir is all about providing value to their shareholders in the long term instead of sacrificing growth for some short-term profits. And they are definitely growing. In just Q4 of 2020, Palantir signed several large deals across automotive, energy, healthcare, insurance, mining, shipping, and more. Notice how these are in the commercial sector, which provided 44% of the total revenue in 2020, or $482 million. I have heard criticisms that Palantir only works for the government and therefore does not have much scaling potential, but these people are missing that 1. The need for privacy and big data analytics are not at all exclusive to governments. There are tons and tons of companies that will benefit tremendously from Palantir solutions. And 2. Do not underestimate how great of a customer the government can be. The government in general, and especially the Department of Defense, does not prioritize budget when it comes to signing contracts with companies. Their absolute top priority is that they can trust in whatever company they are working with and in their capacity to get the job done. So in Palantir's case, I am sure the government will keep being a loyal customer that will sign more and more contracts with the company and that is willing to pay up a bit. Additionally, there's huge carryover in knowledge and intellectual property that Palantir can use from their operations with the government in order to provide better services in the commercial sector and even vice versa. Cathie Wood expressed this in the CNBC interview, saying that there are so many important innovations that started in the government, and just imagine how much Palantir can benefit if they can use these innovations outside of the government. An advantage that the competitors that only work in the commercial sector will not have.
Their revenues are still 61% government, but I've learned, and I think most people in the innovation space have learned over time, that some of the most important innovations in our lifetimes have started in the government, especially in the defense sector and in the intelligence sector.
And as for the outlook for this company, let's look at their customers and their recent contracts. In just 2020, this company worked with ranging from Rio Tinto, which is a mining company, to optimizing wind farms through a simulation system with Foundry. And in the government, we have, for example, the FDA, the NHS, and the US Air Force. This is such a wide range of customers and just shows us how much potential Palantir has for finding and signing with new organizations. And when they manage to become the first software as a service company to reach impact level 6 for classified secret national security systems, they will be able to make tons of money doing things for Department of Defense that no other companies can do. And as the need for big data analytics and data-driven decisions just grows bigger and bigger, I am confident that companies will flock to the service providers that can keep the information private and secure. Palantir seems like the obvious choice here. If the government can trust Palantir, I think anyone can, and they themselves point out on their homepage that they are founded on the conviction that it is essential to preserve fundamental principles of privacy and civil liberties. So yes, I am very much bullish on this company, and seeing ARK Invest stepping in and buying the dip, massively increasing their positions with $170 million, just makes me more confident. Now, as for price targets, I would look at Palantir as a lower risk long-term play with the potential for some great returns. If everything goes their way and they become the dominating company in their sector, I can totally see the stock reaching $100 or even $150 a share. But guys, this is not an overnight thing and could happen years and years into the future. As Palantir keeps getting new customers and increase their sales, the market will get more and more confident in their ability to attract the commercial organizations, and then when they finally reach a desirable size and start having a positive net income, I think we will be shocked at seeing how much money they can actually make. Of course, this is all simply my opinion, so make sure to do your own research and come to your own conclusions when it comes to Palantir or the stock market in general. Despite this being a lower risk stock in my opinion, that is very different from being a no risk stock, so don't put all your eggs in one basket. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, so always do your own research. And with that, I will conclude today's video. If you are new here, by the way, my name is Sam and welcome to the channel. Here I talk about various different interesting growth stocks that I think have tons of potential for the future and will make great impact. And surely Palantir seems like one of those stocks. Anyways, if you liked the particular video, then please press that like button. It is the absolute best way you can support me and this channel. Also, if you watched all the way to this point, and if you enjoyed this content of course, then why not subscribe to the channel and join our community. Also guys, make sure to leave some feedback in the comments down below about what you thought about this kind of format and what kind of stocks you want me to cover next. If I find anything interesting myself, I will make sure to cover that in the next videos. So yeah, I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.